Cooper's career was ended due to injury. Arch Manning's career is going to be ended due to being shitty. Or should I say Pitt, bitch? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Pitt's been irrelevant since Kenny Pickett left in 2021. Yeah! Well, you want to know what Clemson is? Not shit. I am over Colorado's shit. Over. One of the biggest things as a fan base that we always say, you don't lose to Vanderbilt. As they fucking should be, dead last, because you fucking suck and you're dog shit. Okay? Good.
Feel that there's a different buzz around Nashville with this year's team.
They play well with one another, especially in Sowers and Pavia.
From your
4-0 on the season, ranked 18th in the country. They're just on fire.
All hell breaks loose.
Play better football. That's in the present. That's about your identity coming. 270 days of identity. You guys understand me? We fight for each other. All 4 quarters. Take it to them. Send them fucking home.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We're back at it again with the 2026 college football record predictions, continuing with the SEC. And today we're going to be doing the Vanderbilt Commodores. Now hopefully this video goes better than the fucking Oklahoma video, because as you guys saw, I'm a retard. Today I'm hoping I don't make that mistake. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Before we can predict their 2026 season, of course, we have to recap 2025. So let's go ahead and begin by doing that. Last season, Vanderbilt began with Charleston Southern. They won that 45-3. And at that point last season, it's like, oh, wow, they actually beat the hell out of a nobody. That's a shocker. Then they beat Virginia Tech on the road, 44-20. That was pretty impressive. Then they had another road game against South Carolina, won that 31-7. Then they won back-to-back non-conference games against Georgia State and Utah State. They beat Georgia State 70-21. Then they beat Utah State 55-35. And while allowing 35 points to Utah State's a little interesting, that's when everybody started to think Vanderbilt might actually do something this last season. Then they traveled to Tuscaloosa prior to a bye week, and they lost that 30-14. But honestly, entering a bye week with Bama being your only loss so far, sitting at 5-1, that's pretty impressive. Then they came out of the bye week, hosted LSU, won that 31-24. Then they hosted Missouri, won that 17-10. Those are 2 pretty impressive wins for a program like Vanderbilt. Then they went on the road to Austin to face the Texas Longhorns, lost that 34-31. They made the score look a little better there at the end. It was honestly worse than that, but honestly, to keep it close with Texas on the road, it's pretty impressive. Then they beat Auburn at home in overtime. Auburn played everybody tough last season. I mean, Auburn, most of their losses were by 1 possession. But yeah, they won that 45-38 in overtime. Then they played Kentucky at home, won that 45-17. Kentucky wasn't very good last season. Then they went on the road and beat the big brother school, Tennessee, 45-24. Obviously, they were miles better than Tennessee last year. And then Vanderbilt won the ReliaQuest Bowl. Iowa won the ReliaQuest Bowl, 34-27. So Vandy in it. They finished the season 10-3, 6-2 in conference play. They were 7-0 at home. And that would end their year. Now we look ahead to their stats from 2025 real fast, and then we will go ahead and predict the Commodores' 2026 season. And I made sure to double check prior to making this video. I do know which teams are already predicted. I already know the results. So don't have to deal with that today, because I'm still a little flustered by that. All right, here we go. Vanderbilt. Their stats from 2025. All right, so Diego Pavia had 3,539 passing yards. He was also their leading rusher with 862 yards. Their leading receiver was Trey Richardson with 806 yards. Leading tackler was C.J. Hurd with 71. And then their leading interception. Damn, dude. Leading interceptions player was Martel Height with 4. Son of a bitch, dude. When am I going to get this right, guys? Damn. When am I going to get this right? Learn how to fucking talk, Noah. Anyway, let's try this shit. Vanderbilt, 38.5 points per game, 500 total points, 66 total touchdowns, 312 first downs. 3,735 net passing yards, 9.3 per pass attempt, 287.3 net pass yards per game, 30 pass touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 406 rushing attempts for 2,282 rushing yards on 5.6 per attempt, 175.5 per game, 35 rushing touchdowns. They had 830 total offensive plays, 6,017 total yards, 462.8 yards per game. Shit, there you go. Now we look ahead to 2026 for the Vanderbilt Commodores. I am sick and tired of messing up, man. Like, I know we're all humans and it's normal, but Jesus. Something has been going on with me lately, and it's going to end. Okay? I'm tired of it. Shit. And I'll leave it to a Vanderbilt video for it to really piss me off. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and predict Vanderbilt's 2026 season. Now, I double-checked before I started this video. At Georgia is a loss. Home against Bama, loss. Home against Ole Miss, loss. All 3 of those games are losses. I guaranteed and double-checked it. So, there you go. So, Vanderbilt kicks off their season against Austin Peay and Delaware. Those 2 games are going to be wins. I don't really see why Vanderbilt would lose either one of those unless they revert back to the old Vanderbilt where they actually struggled to win those kind of games. But I personally think Vanderbilt's going to start 2-0. Then they host NC State. Honestly, I think Vanderbilt, well, they do lose Pavia, which is going to hurt them. But I still think Vanderbilt is going to be good enough in 2026 to beat a team like NC State. NC State's a lower classification ACC school. And when I say lower classification, ACC and SEC are both Power 4. But when it comes to the ACC, NC State is one of those lower teams. You know, they're kind of like to the level of an Auburn or a Mississippi State, somewhere around there. They haven't been good. And I think I'm going to give the home team the advantage here and take Vanderbilt to win and start 3-0 in 2026. Then they travel to Auburn. That's going to be a pretty tough game for freshman Jarrett Curtis. For that to be his first road game, I think that's going to be pretty hard to adapt to. And honestly, Vandy is losing a lot, including Pavia. Auburn has a new coaching staff, but I think Alex Golish and basically the Auburn Bulls, because they have so many South Florida transfers, including Byron Brown, I think they will be good enough to compete with Vanderbilt in 2026. And honestly, I think Auburn is going to beat Vanderbilt. So Vandy falls to 3-1. Then Georgia and Ole Miss, of course, are losses, so they're at 3-3. Then Arkansas comes to town, and Arkansas played everybody tough last season too, but kind of like the NC State game, I'm going to give the advantage to the home team here, and I'm going to say Vanderbilt beats Arkansas and advances to 4-3. Then they go to Kentucky. they blew the brakes off Kentucky last year, and while Kentucky might have a new staff just like Auburn, I don't think they're going to be in as good a position as Auburn. So with that being said, I think Kentucky actually loses this game, and Vandy goes on the road to Lexington and wins that and advances to 5-3. Heading into a bye week. And then they come off the bye week and go to Mississippi State. That's going to be an interesting one. That's another tough road environment, kind of like Auburn. So, honestly, I think Mississippi State upsets Vanderbilt here, if it is even considered an upset by this point in the season. But call me crazy. I think they're going to lose this game simply because it's at Mississippi State. And, of course, I'm making these predictions in March, so it's still kind of hard to determine things in general. But honestly, I think the road environment's going to get to Vanderbilt, and they're going to fall to 5-4. Then they fall to 5-5 with a loss to Bama. Then their final two games of the season are at Florida and home against Tennessee. Simply put here, if you can't win at Auburn and you get lucky at Kentucky, then you lose to Mississippi State on the road. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt with the Kentucky game, to be honest. You're not winning at the Swamp. I'm just going to be frank with you. I think Vanderbilt falls to Florida. And honestly, as bad as it was for Tennessee last year against Vanderbilt, I don't think they're going to have the team this year to blow Tennessee out, even if it is in Nashville. And I think the big brother, Tennessee, gets revenge on Vandy. And that's just simply put as I can have it. Vanderbilt goes 5-7 in 2026. This video was pretty quick, but honestly, after the whole Oklahoma incident, I just don't. I don't have the patience right now. It's even been suggested to me that I might take a short break from making these, and I might consider that. But there you go. Vanderbilt goes 5-7 in 2026, and hopefully this time I didn't make any mistakes. I enjoy college football, love the game. I figured I could start getting videos out early. That way I had plenty of time to get all the teams in and maybe a little extra before the season started because, doing all these teams, it does take a while. But, yeah, there you go. There's Vanderbilt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you can enjoy my raging in this video. Some people think it's funny. So, there's your Vanderbilt Commodores prediction. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.